Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is September 22nd, and 2 days ago on September 20th, I picked up my last and final addition to the flock for the year. With that being said, I'm going to show you guys the new addition as well as the other 6 additions that I welcomed this year. This year came with lots of big changes, with not only downsizing my flock to just strictly the Icelandics. I started out in the sheep world with Navajo Churros, however I have now switched fully to a flock of Icelandics. I made that choice ultimately because I don't know what the future holds. I'm only 18, I still live with my parents, but I do have plans of moving out. I'm going away to school in about 6 weeks for dental assisting. With that, I'm hoping that in the next year and a half, 2 years, I will be moved out on my own and have all my animals out. By having just one singular breed, it means that I don't need as much infrastructure or pens. That will be easier for me to make that transition into living on my own. With Icelandic sheep, the ewes only cycle in the fall, unlike my Navajo Churros. Scotty is so curious, guys. She's been behind me. Navajo Churros cycle pretty well year-round, which means that I do need to have multiple pens to ensure there is no accidental breedings. I did have a few accidental breedings, and I do not want that again. I was lucky that it was warm when she did lamb, however, that is not the case every February. By having Icelandics, it means that I can keep the rams in with the ewes pretty well all year. The only time that I take them out is a few weeks before breeding season, and then a few weeks before lambing and during lambing season. Otherwise, the rams live with the ewes year-round, which means that I can keep my rams in with the girls and not worry about needing to have a different pen for them. And in the wintertime, that requires more work and care, as well as I need to ensure that they have water, so by getting extension cords and floating de-icers, as we do not have automatic water tanks. I need an extra pen for them, extra water, and all of the extra care that goes in the wintertime. As well as ultimately in the summertime, it means I only need one pasture. I rotationally graze here on the farm, which means I use electric netting. And if I have multiple pens that need to be rotationally grazed, it means that I need to spend that much extra money on electric fence, and I need to put in that much more time on electric fence. Rotationally grazing does require a lot of work, as you are changing the fence almost daily. By having just the one breed, it's easier for me to care for them going away to school, as well as it's going to be easier for me when I make that transition when I do move out on my own and do get my own place, that there is less that I need to worry about to be prepared. So with that, I parted with my unregistered Icelandics as well as my Navajo Churros and a few of the Navajo Churro crosses that I did have. But with that, I did add in 6 more ewes. I added 3 yearlings, 1 4-year-old, and 2 3-year-olds. And then I just recently brought in a ram lamb. So 7 new additions this year. These will be all the additions for this year. I don't think I'm going to be bringing in any more stock until I will need a new ram in a few years. I'm planning to keep all of the ewe lambs out of my girls these next few years to increase my stock. Ultimately means I will not be needing to bring in new ewes. These 7 will be the last additions for a little while, and then otherwise it will just be lambs for my own flock that I do keep. I will show you guys them. They're gorgeous, and they have all settled in really nice. New ram has only been here for 2 days. He has one of my meat lambs in with him, Romeo, and those two have already become really good friends. So they will stay in the quarantine pen for 14 days. Once the 14 days is up, Ragnar, my older ram, will go in with Gunner. That is who I have named him. And then those two will live together until breeding season, which will be here in November. The 3 yearlings are from Elbow Valley Farm, which is a farm by Calgary. I got them from a lady who had purchased right from Elbow Valley Farm. I was looking for some younger ewes. My ewes are basically 4 to 6 years old. I have some 3-year-olds and younger, but most of them are older. So I was looking for a little bit younger. And then the 3 older ones, there is 2 3-year-olds and a 4-year-old, I believe. Those guys are from Ultrea Farm, and then one of them is from Rabbit Hole Farm. Rabbit Hole Farm is where I purchased all of my registered girls that I got back in the fall of 2022. So most of my girls actually share very similar genetics, so that's why I've kind of been trying to get some more newer genetics in here. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna show you the girls and Gunner. Just obsess over them because I love them all so much. This girl is Andy. This is one of the 3-year-olds from BC. She actually is Greta's granddaughter, and her dad is Alec, and Alec was one of the rams that I had a few years ago, and he passed away from polio. So this is pretty nice. I'm very happy that I have another daughter of him, as I only do have one. So I'm excited. She's going to be bred to Ragnar this fall. So hopefully, fingers crossed for some Morit babies. But this will be her first lambing. She came from a fibre farm. So we will see how she does. This big girl right here, the big Morit girl, is Isa. She is the 4-year-old from BC. She is sassy, bossy, and in charge here. She hasn't been sheared yet, so I don't know how big she is actually under the wool, but she is by far the biggest ewe here right now. She's lambed before, so she'll be a rock star next year. This girl right here is Icy. She's also one from BC, and she's the same age as Andy. She was 3 this spring, and her mom is actually Gwyneth. I got Gwyneth in the fall of 2022, and Icy was a spring 2022 baby, so this was Gwyneth's baby right before she came here. She is Gwyneth's twin. She just is more gray versus a mouflon. It will also be her first lambing next spring. Hi, buddy. Ragnar, just my buddy. He has calmed right down since he's been in with the ewes, and I'm all for it. Docile rams are the best rams to have around. Just as I was talking about Gwyneth, now she shows up. But this is Icy's mom. See, she's got her little mouflon bum. And the baby right beside her is Nella, and that's Gwyneth's baby from this year. So pretty happy to have 2 Gwyneth daughters now in the flock. So those 3 are the girls from BC, and I got them the beginning of July. And then the 3 yearling girls I got the beginning of August. I think August 3rd or 4th, something like that. This girl is Badger. She's one of the girls, and she's actually the same color as my new ram Gunner, so I'm pretty excited to see the color combo. It's definitely going to be Badger face, but it'll be the first Badger face here, and I'm super excited. This is Helga. Oh, Ragnar's stealing the spotlight. And Helga is one of the girls that also came with Badger. Here is gorgeous Helga's face for like split second. She'll show you. She's going to be also paired with Ragnar right here. Ragnar's got lots of my Morit ladies, so be her first year lambing next spring, and hopefully she's got some nice colored babies. So you can see Badger walking out again, but the girl in front of her is Scotty, and she is the girl that also came with the 2. I say that basically every sheep that I have is my favorite color, but I love my mouflons. Scotty's my 3rd black mouflon. She's got a little bit more gray tone to her compared to my other 2 girls. There's Icy again, and Andy. So I got 2 Morits, 1 Morit gray, a black mouflon, a Badger face, and then we have a Morit mouflon. I kept 3 ewe lambs from the spring, the 3 ewe lambs that I had born. And this is Gretchen, and she is seriously the sweetest baby in the entire world. I'm excited to have her here. And they're being sheared on Thursday in 3 days. So it will be nice to get the wool off, because you have a lot of wool on you. This is the other Alec baby, so she's half siblings with Andy. Now we'll go check out Gunner. All you can hear is Romeo. Bye. He's not very pleased to be in here with Gunner. Hi, buddy. Do you not like your friend? So here's the newbie, Mr. Gunner. He came all the way from Quebec, from Lebescourneau, and I picked him up in Calgary. So we had a long day of travel, but he's settling well, which is really nice. Right? As someone who's focused on breeding the best quality animals, one of the things that is really important to me is to bring in animals with the best genetics to improve my stock, which ultimately means that both of my rams are from Lebescourneau. Justin is one of the best people in the sheep world. I adore him and his business. He has such amazing stock, and I have had such success with Ragnar, one of his rams that I got from him in 2023. I knew that I needed to get a new ram this year, as I do have some of Ragnar's daughters. I knew immediately that Justin was going to be who I got my next ram from. I couldn't be more thrilled to have 2 rams from him now. He's downsizing his flock. We'll be parting with his Icelandics in a few years. I'm trying to get as much of his genetics as I can because he is such an amazing guy. Very happy I got my hands on Gunner. I cannot wait to have him here as well as Ragnar. Those two are going to pair together. Lovely for my babies, and I have no doubts that Gunner will do just as well to improve the lambs as Ragnar has. He is one of my, basically first badger faces. I know badger face is a very dominant gene, so it'll be neat to see what he does with the lambs. I think I'm going to be pairing him with my black mouflons, as well as I've got some more grays with him, so I'm hoping that there might be some mouflons that come out of that mix next year, but we will wait and see. So those 7 are the new additions. They're all lovely, and I couldn't be more happy to have them here. Especially cannot wait for little Gunner here and the future of him in the flock. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, please make sure to leave them down below, and I will try and get back to you as soon as I can. You can find me on all social medias at Prairie Shepherdess.